Welcome, Sagittarius, to your spiritual reading for June. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, we are using the Sacred Traveler deck, working on what you need to work on and what is blocking you and how to heal the blockages. These are done at the end of the month for the upcoming month. That way you have all of July to work on them. Okay. So let's see what's going on over here. What's blocking you is the view from above. Get the big picture. So it feels like the blockage is really seeing the big picture that's in front of you. There could be more than what you think, right? So it's like you might see some, but you don't see it all. So it's a different perspective. So seeing it definitely from a different perspective. And since this is a journey over here, for those of you who are new, we are stepping straight from this and straight into how to heal the blockage, which is a part of the journey, into discovering the truth as the final outcome. So if you see it kind of like a journey, it actually does help a lot more. It's also spiritual growth, so it also helps enhance your intuition by doing pictorials like this. For images, and also helps enhance your clairvoyance for those of you who are working on clairvoyance. Why? Because creativity is linked to the intuition, and which then helps bring out the intuition and enhancing it through visions. Okay, so get a lot out of this. I think this is why this is my favorite spiritual reading. So, okay guys, here we go. So what's blocking you is getting the bigger picture, stepping back for a second so that way you can have a bigger view of what's going on, because you're missing something. There's a balloon up here that you're missing. Maybe you can't see the balloon way back there, so you're going to kind of step back so that you can see the bigger picture. Okay, as you do that, you're going to go over here and you're going to end up walking into this, looks like this dark forest, okay, over the horizon over here, and stepping into your power. You are strong beyond measures. This is going to actually make you stronger, as we were talking about, with your intuition, in your clairvoyance, in the understanding, with your logical thinking, common sense, anything of that nature. It's because it's going to open you up to be able to say, oh my gosh, now I can see. Boom. And then this will help you discover the truth of the situation. Now you stand in the light of the truth. So going straight from here, you're going to go there, straight into over here, and then everything's going to become bright. Going through this darkness, going to become bright, and say, wow, everything is looking so different, right? The truth is right in front of my eyes, okay? So, and your healing card is respect. We will get to that at the end of the reading. I'm just going to kind of set it over there for now. Okay. So, starting over here with what's blocking you from, whoa, okay. Bad judgment call. Okay, there it is. Man, that one came out fast. Your spirit guide's like, okay, listen here, right? I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, you are. There has been a lot of bad judgment calls going on in the past, either by you or someone else. Could be someone around you. Take it how it resonates. But it's also not allowing any kind of healing, no kind of retribution. There is no growth at all. Right? It's bad. It's just bad news after bad news, bad call after bad call. Okay. Which end up putting you in the Four of Cups. This is the disappointments. So if you're dealing with someone who just always is making bad news, right? This is causing a lot of disappointments. So you have to get the bigger picture to have the understanding of what is it that I'm going to do? What is it that I'm missing? Okay. Patiently plan, look around, see what's going on, taking a step back with the Seven of Coins so that you can see the bigger picture. That way you have more opportunities to see around you, looking at all kinds of different balloons, all kinds of things. What is really going on with the Page of Cups? Could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer if this is, or a Scorpio. And you know, this is funny because this is actually my Pisces Scorpio card, but for some reason I said Cancer. I don't even know why, but maybe someone is dealing with a Cancer who you're not having a connection with. There's too much, there's too much havoc. Feels like you want a connection, but they keep pulling, and then they make bad choices. That's for somebody. But however it is, it's not the support that you want, and you're going to actually see the bigger picture to support all your ideas around you, opening yourself up to different kinds of things, conclusions, ideas, instead of just assumptions. You know, if we're always just going on assumptions, assumptions aren't always right. Assumptions are not always intuition. Assumptions sometimes allow our monkey mind to make up ideas that we want or that we think and not know, right? So this will actually get you into a more intuitive place of unity with you and your higher self, which is the sacred traveler. Okay, so from the view from above, I just want to read right to you right now what the sacred traveler is actually telling you, what your higher self is saying. It's easy to forget what the overall journey is about when your traveler gets caught up in the day-to-day survival and the ups and downs of life on the road. It's only when the traveler takes time to look at the bigger picture that he realizes the most worries and anxieties are only temporary. Imagine yourself in the future. Ask yourself if what you are doing now will be important to you and your future self. Focusing on these concerns takes up valuable life force energy. Keep your focus directed on the important things in life and let everything else drop away. And this is so true, right? Is this going to affect you in the future? Or have they already been affecting the future? Now we have to think about that, because if we're thinking from a past, the present, and the future is one line. It's one line, guys. That's it. They're all connected. So if it's already affected you from the past, then it's affecting you in the present, then you can only assume it's going to, right, affect you. That's where good assuming is coming in. You're using that logical mind. You can only assume it's going to affect the future. But is it really assuming, or is it common sense, right? Common sense says if this continues this way, it only can get either worse or stay the same, because there's nothing different coming. Nothing different. How could you see anything different? So stepping into your powers, you are now going to go over here, step back, look at this person, look at the situation, and say, okay, now that I'm starting to see the bigger picture, I can start putting things together. Now I can step into my power. You are strong beyond the measure. You are now walking into a different path, a path of knowing, a path of seeing differently. Perception has changed. You're looking at things from a whole new view. So, your sacred traveler wants you to know the greatest power is silent and deep. It doesn't need to show any force. It just is. If you're lost or given away your authority to someone or something else, it's time to reclaim it. If you're afraid of standing in your truth because you are afraid of being judged, shunned, or rejected, it's time to let go of that hesitation. Well, this is interesting, because this is saying, are you afraid of standing your truth to this person? Are you afraid of what you just found out to actually say something to them because you know there could be consequences, right? Or are you going to, well, it says you're going to discover your truth. So that means that you are going to go beyond the measure. You are going to go on beyond the measure. You're going to stand in your truth because you've discovered the truth. Therefore, if you've discovered the truth, therefore you're probably going to speak your truth. You will stay silent while you're still in observing mode. And Spirit says, be observant. Stay silent. Keep it to yourself as you're traveling before you get to the point to where you stand in the light of the truth, right? Because you want to make sure that you have the full truth, right? With no assumptions. We have to be careful of assumptions. If we assume something, then assuming is not truth. It's a thought. It's an idea. And a lot of times only half-truths live in assumptions. Unless your intuition is so popping, right? But for this, this is saying there's a lot of assumptions that you need to get into the real truth of the matter. Saying, you know, you're probably working from something that you already know. Like, there is something here, of course, obviously, right? So now I need to see, digging deeper within this to figure out the true truth, the whole truth. Putting those pieces together. The 10 of Cups. Getting your satisfaction, but this is keeping yourself satisfied on this journey. Do not allow yourself to crumble. If you're finding out truths, do not allow yourself to crumble. You need to stay strong for yourself, right? Page of Swords. Observing. There's that observing, watching, learning of the what? The truth with the swords. Absolutely. This way you can take the action that is needed. Okay, and if a reconciliation is needed, or you want to just know the truth, whatever you're doing, my friends, make sure that you're walking in the light of the truth. Holding tight to the truth, to the new beginnings, to the ideas, to where you are taking on this power, and make sure that you're holding on tight to the power that you hold within yourself with faith. Absolutely, with faith. Not allowing the faith to go anywhere, right? Allowing yourself to understand that you and your higher self got this, right? And having the faith to have the understanding. Discovering the truth. You stand in the light of the truth. You speak your truth. Now you can see the truth of all matters. This could take months. It could take weeks. It could take days, right? This is why we do them at the end of the month. And Spirit says you can go right ahead and start this journey all the way through July. And, you know, that way you can get down to the roots of the problems of what's going on for yourself. Right. Standing in your own. And you're building this foundation, this stability within yourself, because now you're so self-assured that you know exactly what's going on in the end. The journey. Here's this journey. The journey is here. You're at the end. You've grown. You've learned how to grow. You know the truth. You can stand there as the King of Coins and say, I know exactly what's going on. This is a different kind of king. Every king has a different kind of I know, because every one of them are knowing. Every one of them has this piece of knowing. This is a piece of knowing of how I perceive things, how I'm looking at things. I know exactly what's going on with my money. I know exactly what you're doing. I know where you're going, what I'm doing, and how I'm going to nurture and care for the situation. And now you have the King of Wands too. So you're not only going to step into the power of this, I'm just going to say right here, this Earth Taurus power. That's Taurus. You're going to stand your ground within this Taurus power. And that's that stability. You are stable. You know what you're doing. Going straight into your own energy over here, Sag, as the King of Wands, saying, yeah, and not only am I stable in knowing what's going on, I am surely self-confident. The King of Wands is so self-confident. You have the confidence, you have the courage, you have everything that fire gives you. And you are now the King of Wands, right? You are standing within that power. So you have two very strong powers behind you. Two very, very strong powers, fire and earth. So there's nothing there, I mean, you know, that can hold you down from that, right? You are stable like a rock, not going to move. And you're not going to move. You're not going to move from that, because Taurus doesn't move. Once Taurus is done and they're going to stand as a bull, you can't, what are you going to do? Tip him over? That's about all you're going to do is tip him over. You know, push him over. Good luck with that though anyways. Because, you know, getting close to a bull, if anybody's been with bulls, it's hard to get close to them to tip them. They're not cows just sleeping. So good luck, right? You know that, I know that, we all know that. I'm Taurus, you're Sag, we know who we are. You are not going to touch this, because then you'll get burned. So you have all this power. You're holding on to that power within yourself, and this is what self-growth is, because it's that surety. You're not going to tell me what you're telling me is wrong. So when you come to tell your truth, you want to make sure you stay stable and firm, not moving, not budging away from that, with that fire, compassion, and that overall truth. And that's what your spirit wants you to do, because that's giving no way to having anyone, you know, take away what's rightfully yours. Standing in your light and your truth. And that's what light and truth is. It's standing strong. Yeah, there it is, right there. And it could be for your own home. It could be for, it's within your own self, your own roots. This is you. This is who you are. Your own foundations. The foundations of yourself. This will also bring in new opportunities with the Three of Wands, allowing you to see from every option about every little turn that's coming towards you. Being able to perceive things, seeing things from this new perception, seeing things that you may not have seen before. This ship is in the sky, but you never seen the ship in the sky before, but now you do. And yes, this is going to take some reflection. You're going to have to do a lot of self-reflection to be able to do such a thing, right? Meditate, you know, do your homework, you know, like I said, Seven of Cups, looking at all the different opportunities, all the different things around you, right? So it's going to have a lot of self-reflection, okay? And that's why Spirit's like, we do the end of the month, then you have all month to do this self-reflection, to really come down to your truth, your understanding. There's something already here that's telling you that there's something sparking. There's something going on. So now we need to dig deep to figure it out. Assuming is not going to help the situation. Getting to the truth is the right way. Right? Okay. And then, of course, we have the respect. Making sure that people do not walk on you. Man, I feel like someone is just... Why do I feel like someone is taking advantage of you at your own home? For some of you, I feel like someone is taking advantage of your own home. Maybe for some of you, I don't know where this is coming from, but you know how that goes. You have welcomed someone into your home, and they have been nothing but just taking advantage of you. They have been using you as a doormat. There is so much disrespect. But anyways, we're going to just go straight here and just make sure that you're respecting yourself and making sure that others are respecting you. Respect goes a long ways. Respect is something that we all need to have for each other. And it's what makes the world go round, right? So make sure that people are not using you as a doormat. Okay? Or take, you know, or how or another, it feels like taking advantage of you. So, okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.